Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Think Once, Code Anywhere. Today let us discuss about what is typecasting. So typecasting is nothing but converting a particular value from one data type into another. Right? So conversion from one data type into another. This is called as typecasting. So here, before going into typecasting, we need to know something about what is narrowing and widening. So first, let us discuss about widening. So widening is nothing but conversion of a smaller data type into a larger data type. For example, converting a smaller type into larger type includes byte into short. Right? So conversion of byte into short is nothing but byte is a smaller value where we are converting into short. Same way, now short can be converted into char. Char can be converted into integer, integer to long, long to float, and float to double. So this is nothing but conversion from smaller type into a larger data type. So like giving a wide space for a particular value, and narrowing is nothing but conversion from a larger data type into a smaller value. Right? So converting a larger data type into a smaller type. It is like narrowing the path, or else making it to get shortened with the path. So the reverse order of widening is nothing but narrowing, like first double to float, then float to long, long to int, into char, char to short, and then byte. So this is called as typecasting. So here we have a small example. So first we have our program, that is class TOCA, and as usual public static void main. Here we have an integer variable with the value as 10. So we have int a equal to 10 and I have double b equal to 12.3. So now how to do the typecasting process? So it is as simple. So just before the variable, inside the curly brackets, right? So inside the brackets, just give the data type to which you want to convert the value. So here I have just mentioned it as float. So it means that the integer value a is now converted into float. As a result, if you compile this code, your output will be 10.0 since it is a floating point value. Same way, now I am just trying to convert this double value, that is 12.3, into an integer. As a result, my output is just showing 12 alone. So what if we have the number as 12.9? Right? So even though we have a number as 12.9, it won't be getting rounded off. As a final output, we will be getting the output as 12 itself. So this is all about typecasting. Still we didn't see about one particular value, like so a primitive data type can be converted into any primitive data type directly, but when it comes with the non-primitive data type, there arises our first problem. So for conversion of non-primitive data type into a primitive data type, we have to go with a process called as parsing. So parsing operation converts string to primitive data types. Right? So a parsing operation converts your entire string to a primitive data type. So mostly the user input is in string form, right? So whenever we try to receive any input from the user, mostly it will be of string form, and as well as command line arguments. So hope in the very first or second video we would have spoken about command line arguments. Same way, whenever you start giving your command line arguments also, it is returned as a string array. So reading from text field, like using getText, there is a method called as getText, and this getText will also return the input in the format of string. Same way, whenever you go with some web applications that is developed by using servlet concepts of Java. So in later videos we are going to learn about servlets also, and here we will be using something called as getParameter method, where getParameter is a method which again returns us the input as string. So this proves that we actually need the concept called as parsing to convert the string values into other values. Say for example, if I want to convert a string into an integer value, or a string to some other float value or double value, or to any of the primitive data types, we need to undergo a process called as parsing. So there are some methods available under parsing, and which comes under wrapper classes. So wrapper classes includes methods such as parse int, parse double, and parse byte, etc. So let us see an example program for how to do this. So here again we have class TOCA and public static void main, and we have our input, that is string str equal to 10. Right? So see here, we very well know the values that is enclosed within a double quotes is considered as a string. So here string str is equal to 10. Now I have a system.out.println of str. So it gives the output as 10, which is of string data type. And next is So in this line we have int x equal to integer dot parseInt. So already we have learned here like it comes under wrapper classes, where this integer is nothing but a wrapper class, right? So integer dot parseInt, a method that comes under the wrapper class. So integer dot parseInt refers this string str is now converted into a integer value. Same way in the next line we have double y equal to double dot parse double of str, right? So double dot parse double of str. So what happens here is, so by using the double class, we are just trying to invoke the parse double method. As a result, the string value 10 is now converted into a double value. So now in the remaining two lines we are just printing out the value of x and y, where x is now an integer value which gives us 10, and y is a double value which gives us 10.0. So this is how parseInt and parseInt as well as a parsing method works on conversion of string into primitive data types. So thanks for watching our video. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, Think Once, Code Anywhere.